My daughter struggled in school beginning in first grade, and she struggled with reading and writing, was behind her peers, and it caused a great deal of stress for her. She was very bright, very intelligent, creative, athletically gifted, musically talented. So many things pointed to great intelligence, but she struggled with reading and sometimes writing. She was struggling so greatly that it burdened her to the degree she didn't want to go to school at all. And again, that is heartbreaking for a parent. I would say self-esteem especially. I saw her begin to get very quiet. She withdrew. She stopped reading and writing altogether. She shut down, and I could tell that she didn't feel on the same level with the other children, even though she was just as intelligent, if not more so, than they were. I knew that it was affecting her greatly on a deep level. The day we discovered that she had dyslexia and we brought her for an evaluation here at the Institute, it was as though a 50-pound load was lifted off of her shoulders, and mine as well, because she realized that she was indeed intelligent, she was capable, she was going to succeed, that this was beyond her control, and she was going to learn how to deal with this and become a stronger person in spite of it.
The Dyslexia Institute is a nonprofit that seeks to provide the highest quality of dyslexia therapy to individuals of many economic strata. Because we're a nonprofit, we do get donations and we have fundraisers for our scholarship fund. Well, we are funded in part by tuitions from the students who can afford to pay, and then we are funded in a large part by donations from local service clubs and local churches. We have highly qualified instructors. They all have master's degrees, New Mexico teaching certification, and they're really, really good at working with children who have learning difficulties. We accept students of all ages. Our youngest was 6 and our oldest was 69. We work mostly with school children, but also college students and adults. We use a very carefully researched program for our dyslexia reading. It's multisensory, and by multisensory I mean that we actually use all of the senses. So we would use the child's vision, their auditory and kinesthetic, both the large muscles and also the small muscles. And by integrating these 3 senses, we're able to bypass the weaker pathways in the brain and use the strong pathways in order for the child or the adult to learn how to read. And it's actually amazingly effective. Say these words after me and watch. Hold your mirror so you can see your mouths, and watch in the mirror. House.
House.
Hat.
Hat.
Help.
Help.
What sound did you hear at the, now not the letter, but what sound did you hear at the beginning of those words? That's right, it was a, and I liked the way you said it very quietly, just some air coming out. Okay, so we're best known for our reading therapy, and we actually call it therapy rather than tutoring. Tutoring tends to focus on getting the child up to speed in their classroom. Therapy actually rebuilds the child's entire relationship with language from the ground up. We also provide math therapy. We have a math teacher who does some tutoring along with rebuilding the child's understanding of math using all kinds of techniques that connect the child with math, and her kids love it. The most rewarding aspect is when I see the light come on in that child's eyes, and like, oh yeah, I get it, I can do this. And our kids come in as sad little puppies. Every year we sell Christmas cards that are designed by our dyslexic students. That's a lot of fun. We also have Albertson's community cards, and the barcode should be on our website. This costs you nothing, but we get a penny out of every dollar you spend if you scan the Albertson's community card. We can always use office supplies. If anybody has any of the old tractor feed paper or large sheets of paper, we have our children write really, really large to use those large muscles before we bring it down to smaller writings. So we use tons of big sheets of paper. They can go to our website, disnm.org, or they can call me or text me, 575-649-2992. On our Facebook page, which is another way you can find out about us. And we also participate in community health fairs and educational fairs, so if you'd like us to speak about dyslexia, we are eager to do that.
Now the story is very different. She is eager to read, she's eager to write. She is, of course, it's a slow process. Dyslexia is not something that's just solved overnight. It's a therapy that takes, time for them to kind of relearn how do they evaluate language, because it is an entire language processing issue as far as it may affect reading and writing and even math. So it is a process, but the self-confidence is back and the realization that she is capable, which is absolutely huge.